Everything is a mirror. Everyone is you pushed out, and triggers are our best teachers. The older I get and the more introspective I get, and just on my healing journey and learning more about myself and other people and the way people work, people operate, I realize that literally everything in life is a mirror. Have you ever been in a situation where you met somebody, or you were dating somebody, or you were friends with somebody, and you guys just came together and you realize, wow, we have not even just on the physical of things that you have in common, but they'll be talking to you about a situation and you'll realize, in another way in life, you feel like that too. It's kind of crazy. And I've used that to help me on my healing journey. So I am the person in my friend group, or I have been the person in my friends and my family, where people come to me for advice, right? And they ask me for advice. And normally, when you're that type of person and people always come to you for advice, they tend not to take your advice, and then they just keep coming to you and asking you and getting advice for the same things over and over and over and over and over again. And it's kind of crazy. And it's like, why aren't you listening the first time? And it's like, oh my gosh, light bulb went off. Why aren't I listening? So somebody will be coming to me and asking for advice about something, and now I have the wherewithal to realize, how can I take my own advice? What area in my life is their situation? How is that mirroring back to me? And it's always 100% something. There's some way that I can take my own advice. And as much as things might trigger me, and certain situations or certain things people ask me about, or even just encountering somebody out in the store in real life, and something kind of triggers me, kind of strikes a nerve, I'm like, okay, this is triggering me for a reason. There's something within me that feels some type of way about what I just experienced. And why do I feel some type of way? What is going on? What inside of me is still tripping about this? Tripping. Why am I feeling this way? What is it? What is it? And so when I dig deeper, I find the reason, I find the answer. So unless someone's obviously blatantly trying to trigger you, that's just a little much. But sometimes people say things and they don't know, or you see something and it makes you feel some type of way, and it's okay, they just mirrored back to me what's going on inside of me. So what could I do about that? What advice would I give to that person? Or what would I tell that person of how to handle that? How can I handle this? It's pretty incredible when you start looking at it like that, because it accelerates your own healing. Regardless if you're giving that person advice or not, you know what to do yourself and how to make yourself feel better. And that brings me to my next point, that everybody is you pushed out. It is such a hard pill to swallow, but once you realize that, it's so true. Birds of a feather flock together, okay? That's what it is. Your friends are the people you're friends with. You live with the people you live with. You work at the job you work at, because there's something about you and there's something about them that's similar. Maybe it might not be exact circumstances, but it's the way that you feel. It's your deep internal feelings about a situation. So if you find yourself, for instance, consistently attracting romantic partners that don't value you, that don't treat you that great, that make you feel like you're hard to love, there's something within you that's attracting people like that. Maybe internally, deep down subconsciously, you don't really value yourself. You don't feel like you're worthy of love. You don't feel like you deserve somebody who's going to give you an honest and healthy, loving connection. And that could be for a number of reasons, usually stemming back to our childhood. But when you start realizing that you're the common denominator of all of these experiences and all these people that you interact with in your life, it's a lot easier to start remedying those situations. It's all about looking within and taking accountability, because you got to look in the mirror, and when you're looking in the mirror, how do you change the reflection? How do you change the mirror of what people are mirroring back to you? You don't change the mirror. You don't change the people. You change yourself. You change yourself. And once you start to change yourself and look within and heal the parts of yourself, you'll start to notice what you attract and who you attract to, and your outside reality change. It's really incredible, honestly. And to be honest, when I started on my healing journey and I started realizing this, because like I said, I would always give people advice. People would come to me for advice, and I'm like, shit, how can I take this advice? This sounds like a whole lot of what I'm going through. I'm not telling them about it, but I'm feeling it and I need to figure that out. And the more that I started embarking on my healing journey and just realizing things and realizing this, I was able to heal at such an accelerated rate. And when I started doing mushrooms and when I started microdosing and macrodosing and really just like diving into myself, into my subconscious, and like really wanting to unearth these, not unearth, what's the word? Really wanting to bring up these subconscious beliefs and stuff to the surface is when it was so clear. It became so clear of what was going on up here, actually in the back of here, in the back of my mind. It became so much more clear. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like every time I microdose or I macrodose, anytime I take mushrooms, I set the intention of I want to bring, not every time, but like a lot of the times, or especially early on in my mushroom journey, I was like, I want to bring to the surface what's blocking me from having better relationships, what's blocking me from more success, what's blocking me from this. I want to bring to the surface of why I feel like I can't be my real self, of why I feel like I have to people please, like all these things. And it's so incredible how this amazing plant medicine has helped me to see myself, to freaking see myself in such a clear way. That's the thing. A lot of us are afraid. A lot of people are afraid to heal, to look within, to take accountability, to see themselves because it seems scary. It's like you think that you're going to have to bring up all these bad memories and all these bad emotions to realize what happened or why you feel the way you feel, but it's not even like that. And that's the thing that I love about mushrooms is that it brings things to the surface and like it's like all these things scramble around in your head, all these thoughts and in the back of your head, you're forgetting it, you're this and that, and it brings it to the surface and puts it in such like a clear, perfect way for you to see it. And you're like, oh, that makes a lot more sense when it's out of my head and I could just see it right here and it's not as scary as I thought. So that has helped me a lot to just look within and realize things and see what about me is mirrored in other people, see what about me is attracting certain circumstances, certain situations, right? So yeah, everything is a mirror. Everyone is you pushed out, and your triggers are your biggest teachers. And once you realize that and come to terms with that and start taking accountability for yourself, because you are the reason for everything in your life, for where you live, the people that you're in relationships with, how much money you make, what you're doing for work. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's us. That's what it is. And when we realize that and start to think about that, integrate that, heal that, and release that, you are going to watch your reality change before your eyes. And you're like, wow, that's all I had to do? Yeah. That's it. If you're interested in learning more about mushrooms and how they could really help to open up your mind and just elevate your mind, your body, and your soul, check out my free mushroom masterclass. I have it linked in the description. It just goes through the benefits of psychedelic mushrooms and some myths about it and ways that using that and other mindfulness and holistic healing practices can really elevate your mind, body, and spirit, because that's really what it's going to do. That's really what they do. And I owe so much to this healing plant medicine. What I always say about mushrooms is they heal you by showing you how to heal yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones healing ourselves, right? So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about, check out my free mushroom masterclass. It's amazing. You'll love it. And if you know about mushrooms and you want to learn and you've been taking them and you just, taking them here and there, you've done them before, but you haven't really dove in and really have like a practice of how to really integrate the medicine and have it work so well for you, I think you might really love my latest program, The Path to Inner Peace, because mushrooms, oh baby, they really bring you inner peace of mind, inner calm and clarity, and it's just amazing. So it's an entire program about learning how to microdose mushrooms from A to Z, everything about mushrooms, all the different strains, all the ways they make you feel, the whole process and how to integrate them after, and then different ways of using holistic healing and mindfulness practices to accelerate your healing, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to heal the inside, heal our minds so that we can just be living the life that we truly desire and deserve. And it all starts within. It all starts with us. Also in that program, you'll be connected to like-minded souls who are also on this journey. And because you need someone to talk to, you need people who you can relate to and people who are on the same path as you, doing the same thing as you, sharing their experiences, their mindset shifts, their epiphany moments. So you're connected into a group of people, and it's a private community. I'm in it as well. We're all just chit-chatting and connecting on such a deep and amazing level. And you also have direct access in there to ask me any questions and just get my insight about things, and it's amazing. You'll love it. So yeah, healing starts within. Everything is a mirror. Everyone is you pushed out. Your triggers are your best teachers, And once you come to terms with that, the world is your oyster. The world is catered to your new, healed, and happy mindset. All right. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.